Hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Sorry I wasn't able to do anything before this. Been a busy day. And then I had... Oh, wait, wrong category. You're right. True. I forgot to change all the info, actually. So, yeah. It's okay. No one's going to join today. It's going to be a secret Ragnamod stream because everyone's going to be like, oh, are you just doing just chatting again? So anyway, let's see. Since we last streamed, we had Cool Trainer Paolo with 19 months, Delicious Flaming Yawn with 39 months, Mermaid Crystals with 38 months, Tada. I know I had a bunch of good jokes about umbrellas, but they usually go over people's heads. Happy 38 months. The number keeps changing. I'll be watching it, and you just don't go changing on me. Yee, Mouse2 Bob, thank you for the 15 months. Monthly, what it do, Baby Boo. And yeah, anyway, I just had fun tax stuff that I had to deal with before starting stream, and that interrupted things, and just always super duper fun. I love that I was told that I had done an overpayment on taxes last year, and that as such, it was going to be more tax efficient for a reason, and then I was going to owe less the next year, and then I am told, oh, nope, actually you have a balance due on your state income tax. And I'm like, but I thought I overpaid. But my accountant also has had a medical procedure or something and hasn't taken my call for 2 weeks, and so I have no idea what the heck is going on, and life's good. Life's great. I love taxes. They're so good. They're so fun to do when I have no idea what the frick is going on, but apparently I am out lots of money that I was told I wouldn't have to pay because I overpaid, but that just is gone now, so I just lost lots of money to the government. The government got to just take it and be like, this is ours now, and sorry that you thought you overpaid, but that doesn't count anymore. Cool. King Kong Karam, thank you for the 17 months. Did you know that in Syria, even though you can watch Twitch fine if your internet is good enough, if you want to subscribe, you need a VPN? I had no idea. I did not know that. Interesting. Yeah, taxes are fun. I might need to get a new accountant because, like, this is the second time in like this year basically that I've had like a 2-week window of it being, it's like when taxes are due and I cannot get in touch. And I'm like, this is stressful and this is not okay. So yeah, it's been my accountant for like 10 years, but this year it's really started not working. Yeah. Ay. Do I do quarterly taxes? Oh yeah. I would say that like 50% of my time outside of making content is tax related stuff. Taxes occupy a really inordinate amount of my life. It's excruciating. It is absolutely excruciating. Yeah, Lupin the Third, thank you for the 33 months of subbage. Hi, Muffin with 23 months. Hi, Mr. Sparkles. Widowed Milk, thank you for the 27 months. Pretty cool. It's taxes are basically, they're disastrous. Like, it is so unbelievably complex and stupid and ridiculous. And it's made more complex and stupid and ridiculous by the fact that I have been calling my accountant for 2 weeks. And then finally someone else from the office called me back and was like, he's had a medical procedure. And I'm like, oh, is everything good? He's like, oh, yeah, he's just fine. I'm like, okay, but I need to know about these things. And then 2 days before the taxes are due, they're due on the 15th. It's the 13th. I finally get the information and I'm told I owe money. And I'm like, what? You what, mate? You told me I overpaid. What is this? What happened to the money that I overpaid? It's not an insignificant amount that I supposedly overpaid, and now that's just poof. Resident Stream Doc, thank you for the tier 3 at 40 months of subbage. Why was the seafood restaurant being investigated by the IRS? They were suspected of being a shell company in some fishy business. I get it. That's such a topical joke. That's so funny. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have you tried being good instead?
I will try another time when taxes aren't due in 2 days and I haven't been able to get in touch with my accountant for 2 weeks, and then I get all the info by email today, and it says that I owe money when I supposedly overpaid on purpose by a significant amount in April, and now I'm being told, oh, you owe this. And I'm like, but what happened to the large amount I overpaid? And yeah, so anyway, it's
They
fun.
took it and
does
then
sound
applied
pretty
it and
bad.
said, yeah, you still owe more. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but that's not
Very
not
frustrating.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not how that's not I don't think that's it. I don't know, but anyway, I'm more frustrated by the fact that I have not been able to talk to my accountant for like
Oh,
2
yeah,
weeks.
Very
And
bothersome.
yes, and everything's going unanswered, and I'm frustrated right now.
So when are you getting a new accountant?
Probably soon, because this is the second time that this has happened this year, and it's
Oof.
always during like tax time, and yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one point where you need them available, it's tax time.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess I've also learned if I'm ever told to strategically overpay from this point forward, I'm just gonna not do that. So.
I'm pretty sure that would mean you just owe a whole lot more in addition to owing. But I mean,
Well, the idea is usually like there's some weird thing with California because, you know, in the last tax update that they did under Trump, it removed the state and local income tax deduction. So previously, when you pay your 10% California state income tax, that would at least not also be taxed at the federal level. That was removed. So now what you're taxed on for California, you're also taxed on at the federal level. So you're basically double taxed. And they removed there's a small cap on that or something like that. And they also made it so you can't write off property tax over a certain amount. So that's great. So now there's some other like loophole that you can do for if you are a small business pass-through entity. And so through some crazy weird combination of these things, my accountant was like, if you do this overpayment, it's somehow going to be able to maximize this loophole or something. And now it seems to all have just gone to crap. So anyway,
And the
fun
accountant who
times.
talked about that loophole is now not responding to you.
Correct. Well, I know he was in the hospital for a medical procedure, and I was like, is he okay? Is everything fine? And his assistant called like several days ago and was like, I have a question for you that didn't address questions that I had previously. And I was like, is he okay? And she's like, yeah, everything's fine. It was just a little procedure. And I'm like, okay, but I still need to talk to him, and it's been like 2 weeks. So,
That sounds frustrating.
yeah. Oh, man.
You've been dealing with tax stress for a bit now? Because I know the last episode we were talking about, you
Oh,
were making a remark that you are the last of us three that's paying state income tax.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say at least like 50% of my time outside of like doing work stuff is just spent doing tax related things and worrying about taxes. Taxes are the bane of my existence, and I hate everything.
50%
Right, so that's
of your
exaggerating,
time.
right? That's gotta be
50% of my like non-work, I would say work stuff that like administrative work and stuff like that. It's just always tax related, and I'm always getting like notifications from the FTB and the IRS about stupid things that like. Whether it's just a notification like, hey, here's a thing that your accountant's been approved to submit this, or it's the Minnesota tax agency from former employee that just keeps bothering me about things that are not applicable anymore because I don't pay taxes in Minnesota, or just things where it's a disaster. Taxes are stupid, and it's not like I miss payments. I'm not like owing money or anything like that. It's just everything is a mess and nothing
This
is organized.
Sounds like a new accountant is needed because that should not be. I mean, obviously some of that is okay, but like, Jesus, not that much.
It's all disastrous. So,
I'm assuming you do quarterly, like
Yeah.
any sane person would. Okay. So this is a year-round thing that you're most of your time is being taken up by taxes, or is this just because it's nearly the end of the quarter?
oh, specifically right now, it's more because it's the end of the quarter. But there's always something going on with it that's just frustrating and annoying.
Yeah, I would be
I wish you
frustrated
better
and annoyed
days moving
too.
forward.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do too.
Yeah, none of that sounds particularly fun.
It's not.
I use my accountant to have my. I mean, obviously, my accountant has asked me like, what was this charge or that sort of stuff. But otherwise, the point of the accountant is for me to not have to
Take
do
care of
that.
all of that stuff for you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
no,
the point of the
more
accountant.
so. It's just like, okay, here, what are the tax implications of this that I am asking him? Or it'll be, I got this letter in the mail that's from the FTB or the IRS that says something is owed. Is that accurate? And I thought this was taken care of a long time ago. Why am I still getting messages about this thing that was supposed to have been taken care of? And they'll be like, oh, I got to look into that. And it takes ages to get responses from any tax agency because nobody answers the phone. And it'll just, that's fun.
Because you live in California and nobody has any time for you.
I mean, nobody at any tax agency has any time to answer
Yeah.
the phone for anybody. That's just how it is.
Not to get.
Maybe I just have a good
never
account, but I don't know.
mind. Yeah,
I can refer you if you ever move to Washington.
Yeah,
Cool, cool.
I would in a heartbeat send you to my guy. Like I was one, and this is stupid but genuine. One of the things that I was the most like kind of down about or disappointed or whatever, however you want to phrase it, of moving to Texas was I was like, oh man, I gotta get a new accountant now that I'm no longer in Utah. And when I found out that he was like, no, we have Texas clients and we can handle that. You don't have to change. I was like, oh,
Big relief.
Like
Nice.
like ode of joy played in my
Okay.
head. Like I was so anyway. Yeah, a good accountant is great, and yours, I have questions, but I don't. I mean,
He
you
has
know,
questions for his own, too.
Yeah, he has questions for his own too. But like I talked, my accountant's like, anyway, I pay him to handle that stuff, and so I don't.
Move out from California, Jordan.
I mean, like
Yeah.
I see the general like, oh, that's California's hellscape and stuff. And I mean, obviously California's complex, but at the same time, like I don't think it's just California. Like obviously he's having problems with Minnesota.
No, the
Minnesota.
FTB, the FTB is only one component. The IRS sends me stuff every now and again, which is just stupid things. And yeah, no, it's all fun. It's great.
The only thing I've had to deal with the IRS is they sent me a notice, like it was 2 months ago. That was, hey, we now recognize you as a S corp, and we are going to start applying the taxes as such retroactively back to when you applied in the beginning of fiscal year 2000. I was like, thanks, you're on top of that one, guys. Well done. I mean, well, we submitted the form back in 2000, and it took them like 2 years to process it and change it.
Back in 2000?
But yes,
22 years
or
ago?
2020, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a slight difference.
Come on,
What?
whatever. Yeah, I said 2 years.
You can't say
No,
it was
you
in
said 2000. Multiple times you said 2000.
You're right, but because I was just thinking like twos and zeros. But I also said it took them 2 years to process it, so you can work.
Well, I
it
thought
through.
maybe you submitted. I don't know. I don't know, man. You were saying 2000 multiple times.
It's fine. Moving on.
I
It
was
took them
wondering
2
who
years to
filed
process
this.
it.
Yeah. I was like, when did you start doing Twitch, man?
Not back in 2000, because I don't think Twitch existed in 2000. So.
No, definitely.
I knew he was lying when he said he wasn't around when video responses were a thing. You've been hiding.
Yeah.
All those anime review channels, and you've had it for years, decades.
If that were the case, I'd still be, building them and flourishing them. But instead, I'm just a non-weeb and don't know nothing.
Oh my God! Speaking of weeb, I saw a license plate today. I did see a weeb. I saw a license plate today that was Weeb4L, aka Weeb for. Why do you have an addiction to shooting me?
It's fun target practice while you tell your story.
It was Weeb for life, and yeah, and they had anime pictures on their bumper and window.
Pictures.
It wasn't explicit. It was just like faces. But yeah.
Oh, faces. Oh, okay.
Just a hey go faces.
Just some
No,
faces.
it wasn't that either. It wasn't like inappropriate stuff. But I was like, huh, okay.
Might need to get an anime after this. I don't know.
But they also they put a sticker on their license plate. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. Anyway.
I found out, I mean, it's one of those, is it enforced? But like here, it's illegal. If any part of the word Texas is slightly obfuscated at all, then that's a fine. That's like a fine.
Oh, but like by a license plate frame or something like that?
If the frame clips the top of the letter, it's like, nope, they can come after you for that. I mean, not to say that
Or they can pull you
do.
over for that reason.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I know about license plate requirements having it on the front and back of your car depending on where you live, but I didn't know about, I guess, like obstruction of the plate itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's per state, so it's just, Texans being Texans.
Interesting.
But,
cool.
All right, well, have they actually started the recording yet? Now that you asked that, I will say nay, but we are about to. We appreciate you coming out and, hanging out and being a part of for everything. So we're going to do the recording. Once we're done with the recording, then we'll be back to not doing the recording. Until then, we will be recording. So I'm good to go.
Good to
go. So you might be sad to not hear that I've lost the sound.